It wouldn't be Monday or Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday without a Chat with Pat. It is time now for a Chat with Pat.
All right, and today we have with us María Ruiz Scaperlanda. I hope I said that right, Maria. We're talking about a new motion picture coming out, a documentary called American Martyr, the Stanley Rother Story. Welcome, Maria. How are you today?
Oh, I'm delighted to be talking to you.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about this project and your involvement in it.
I wrote a biography on Blessed Stanley Rother. He is the first American-born priest that was recognized as a martyr by the Catholic Church. He is a diocesan priest from Oklahoma. He was martyred in Guatemala at the Oklahoma Catholic Mission in Santiago, Atitlan, Guatemala.
Okay.
The movie is to introduce you to this amazing story. Stanley Rother gave everything to be what God called him to be, and it was to be a priest and a shepherd to the people there. And it's just a beautiful story. And my hope is that when people watch it, they will fall in love with him like I have.
Maria, you wrote the biography on him. How did you become familiar with him? Because I'm sure a lot of people today hear that name and go, "Oh, I've never heard of this." So how did you become familiar?
We moved to Oklahoma, basically. we moved here because of my husband's work. He taught at the University of Oklahoma Law School for many years. Okay. And I'm a journalist. So when my kids started coming home from Catholic school with stories about a diocesan priest who was a missionary and died and was from Okarche, Oklahoma, I was intrigued. So yeah. I've done a lot of articles over the years for different Catholic publications. The book itself, I was commissioned by Archbishop Coakley to write it.
Okay. So tell me why, I understand going down to Guatemala to be a missionary, but how did he get, what was the story of his death? That I think there's always questions about, well, are people really martyrs? What caused it? I know it was the government civil war was going on, but can you explain that to our audience a little bit?
Well, I'll do my best. I'm not a historian, so I tried to understand things enough to be able to share them in my writing. It was a really heated time in Central America. Not just Guatemala, but several of the countries were in a civil war. And the people who were suffering the most were the indigenous Mayans from Guatemala who lived up in the hills, like on the foothills of the volcanoes there. Their life is simple, and it really mimics the life that Father Stan grew up in, farmer from Okarche, whose life was devoted to family and to the faith. And that's exactly what he did there. He really communicated with them and was able to become very close and intimate to them because I think he had all those details. God connected the dots and brought this man whose experience was very much family, farmer, and faith.
Yeah.
It was a terrible time. He was murdered a year after Archbishop Romero.
Okay.
Kind of to set it in place in history.
Yes.
1981 is when Father Stan was martyred.
And I find it interesting that he He did come back to the United States for a while because it was the civil unrest down there was quite intense, and at
Yes.
least my understanding from reading about it on the website that he was back in Oklahoma for a while, but then decided to go back. And I think the line that stands out, and it's probably very prominent in the documentary, is "The shepherd cannot run." So he returned
Yes.
to Guatemala, knowing that it could cost him his life, and it did. So, what
He was
exact?
placed.
Go
So
ahead.
he and his pastor, associate pastor, were both put into a blacklist of people who were being targeted. And I think it was really when his associate pastor was included that Father Stan said, okay, let's leave, which is what he was being urged to do.
Uh-huh.
He brought his associate to safety, and then he had to decide, am I going to stay here or go back? And yes, I love, that is the line, is it begins with, if it is my destiny that I should give my life here, then so be it. The shepherd cannot run at the first sign of danger.
Wow.
And he really had to struggle and decide that on his own, and that's why he becomes a martyr for the faith, in that he went back to be a sign of God's love for the people who are suffering.
Yeah. Now he's already blessed. Do you know where?
Yes, he is.
Like, is there a weird? So, is the next step then, obviously, a full-fledged sainthood? Who do you know anything about his cause for sainthood?
Well, funny you would ask that, because just a few months ago, I agreed to be the promoter for the cause here of Blessed Stan, and I'm still kind of finding my way around things. But the truth is, there's a lot of favors being granted, and we just have to find the one miracle to submit in his name. He is, just one step away from being declared a saint for the Universal Church.
Yeah. So this documentary is going to be in theaters August 25th and 26th. Is that nationwide?
Yes, it is. 25th and 26th in English, and it's 27th, August 27th, it's dubbed to Spanish.
Okay.
I'm very excited about that, so that we make it available to as many people as possible.
Yeah.
There's over 1,000 theaters that have agreed to run it. Then,
Great.
so hopefully you will go see it too.
Yeah, I'm going to keep my eyes peeled for it. Now, Martin Sheen is kind of the narrator, isn't he, for this?
He really was a surprise in all of this. He read my book and really fell in love with Father Stan, and he said, I want to help. What can I do to help with the cause, to move it along? And he volunteered to narrate for the documentary. He did a wonderful job.
Oh, I'm sure he did. Well, Maria, we are going to keep our eyes wide open to see when this hits our theaters. And thank you so much for writing about this
thank
wonderful
you for inviting me.
Oh, yeah.
American Martyr, the Stanley Rother Story.
Great.
Go see it.
We will. Have a great week ahead, Maria. Take care.
Thank you, Pat.
Bye-bye.